Good morning, evening, afternoon, all the above to everyone out there in TV land, Swahili land, Swaziland, whatever land y'all be in. Welcome to the
Hey, that's
show.
only Swahili over here.
We got Ah, oh my word.
Man of justice.
We got Mr. Justice here with us today.
That's my dude right there.
This is a big deal for us because I think it's necessary that we talk about the what's going on with all these documents being found all over the place, hell and back. But it's more so important for me to talk about the responses, the way they respond to a certain individual versus the rest of these people who they like. If they agree with the person, ain't no problem. If they don't agree with them, string them up from the nearest light pole. And so recent developments have shown that Mr. Pence is the newest one to have classified information.
Oh,
man. But I think it'd be more hilarious when you hear what he actually says. When you actually hear what he says. I think we'll start off with that. And not only that, you listen to how CNN talks about Mr. Pence. Now, if we backtrack a little bit to Inauguration Day, or rather the Confirmation Day, they were all happy with Mr. Pence and how he handled things. They were stoked out of their minds about how awesome he handled things.
Yep.
So now you'll see why, and we'll show you what exactly. I want to make sure I know why I'm not getting as many views right now. Hold on. Facebook again. I got to make sure I turn this on to public. I'll never understand Facebook. You tell me to set up the event, and when I set up the event, you put it to private. What sense does that make, Facebook? Come on, man. What sense does that make? Y'all are dumb. Just dumb. Anyway.
Well, it is Mark Zuckerberg, so.
Yeah. So here you go. This is CNN roundtable talking about Mike Pence and the classified 12 documents that were found actually at his house, unsecured, and they were only secured when the archive people were coming to the house. Okay, just know the reference points here. Okay,
here we go.
No raid, no raid whatsoever.
Of course.
Just listen carefully to how they talk about Mr. Pence.
Hey, host, you're gonna comment.
You ready?
And so this is not to pick more of us, because I think we now have seen that this can happen. But in November,
right,
as the Trump story was breaking, we did not know at this point about the Biden story. In the Trump story back in November, the vice president sat down with ABC News, and it was quite direct.
Classified documents with you from the White House?
I did not.
Do you see any reason for anyone to take classified documents with them leaving the White House?
Well, there'd be no reason to have classified documents, particularly if they were in an unprotected area.
Well, there were classified documents, and they were in, as you report, an unprotected area.
Anybody else find something odd about his body language?
Yes, and I saw it when he dropped his hands down between his legs and
his
gripped
head,
his fingers together.
And his feet are all rubbing the ground.
Yeah, feet were rubbing the ground. He kept kicking his feet up a little bit. So his body language is telling us, you're a fucking liar, Mike Pence, and you should have your fucking face punched in.
I'm thinking. This is just me. Maybe I'm just going to, but I'm thinking that a bunch of his stuff that he's got going on there, the documents he has, might have to do with the, January 23rd thing.
January 6th or 23rd?
23rd.
23rd. I know what he's talking about.
I have a suspicion that is what the documentation might be about. I'm just saying. I mean, he was handed a coin, right?
Oh, I remember that.
For silence. Everybody knows it was for silence. Come on, people. It was for silence. That was his ritualistic handoff, okay? And you're telling me that you're not, and no one should have that. And then you find it in your house. It ain't nowhere else. Okay. I moved into my house a while back, and I know I got a room with stuff that I forget. Okay, I might forget that I have it there. But the stuff that I consider important to me, I know where that stuff is. You can't tell me that you don't know you have that stuff in your house, Mike. Come on, bro. Come on, Mikey.
No, I know where everything is in my house.
Come on, Mickey D. Come on, Mickey D. Come on, bro. You behaving like McDonald's now. Come on.
Yeah, I know where everything is.
Come on now. So let's speculate. What could he have now? This is why I brought the kingpin down here. Is it legal for the vice president to possess classified documents
Yes.
out of the office?
Yes.
Okay. Under what pretense can he have classified documents at his home unsecured, if that's legal?
Executive. Actually, I just wrote about this and broke this whole thing down. It's Executive Order 13526. Right. And Executive Order 13526 broadens the authority of classified information to the Vice President of the United States. That's the small nutshell of it. But yes, Vice President.
Former and current.
Only current.
Okay.
Only current at that time. Right now, you also have to get into the classification thing, right? Because this executive order also, right, allows the Vice President to declassify information also. So.
Well, if it's still registered as classified and he's no longer in office, is it still legal?
No, it's not legal at that point. But then it comes to question, the same thing with the Mar-a-Lago situation. Was it declassified and
At the
people
time it was
ignored it, right, etc.? Because there's technically, right, there's no process to declassify information, right? I mean, he can sit there and say, declassified. You heard me. You heard it. I sent a piece of paper. That's it. Game over. Right. The CFR record or the executive order record is only a guideline. That's really it, except for the power portion that gives in particular people the power to declassify information. That's
what's the purpose of having it classified to begin with?
Somebody's hiding something. Friends. Someone's hiding something, friends.
Okay, so let's ask a bigger question. The legality, or is it more of a method of operation for the housing and the securing of classified information? Deregulated, declassified or not, is there a procedure, like the archives say, to keep and hold classified information correctly?
Yes, that is yes.
So if you
100%.
don't do that, what are the penalties, if any?
That I don't know. I couldn't tell you because it's not anything that's particularly written, right? It's one of those
arbitrary
up to interpretation type things.
Well, I wouldn't say interpretation. It's just, oh, you didn't secure it correctly.
A little slap on the wrist kind of a deal.
So what are they charging Trump for?
I can't say it on here, but NADT, not anything. Gaslight.
Okay.
Like flashlight, gaslight.
So it ain't nothing there. So in other words, we can use the word distraction.
Actually, I'd like to use a better 2 words. Campaign fodder.
Campaign fodder.
Because see, this situation, what the situation has done is raise the ethical argument, right? Oh, well, Trump and then Pence and then Biden. Okay, look, these guys here, they didn't handle classified information correctly, but us Democrats, we're going to make sure that is. See what I'm saying? They're going to use it for campaign fodder against the opponent. They do this stuff, and it always comes around when it comes around to turn that wheel for election season. They always find there's always that one thing. Boom, that's it.
Yeah, but Biden also. Well, then, would you consider Biden also to be campaign fodder?
Yes, this whole classified document situation is campaign fodder.
So the Democrats are turning on Biden. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah, they're turning on the whole system so they can remain in power. I mean, we're not going to
play the game. You got to play the game,
right?
They realize they're losing ground, so they got to try and make a whole new play field.
Yep.
Okay, so we answered the vice president status, and we answered former vice president status. Biden, however, had documentation that were classified as a senator.
That's a whole different ball of wax.
Okay, and
Because
we are talking. That's almost 20 years ago.
right now, here's the call to question, right? Yeah, he had him when he was a senator, but also remember, right? This executive order can also be used retroactive, right? Because this is not a law, so it can be,
For his own behind.
yeah, because this executive order, remember, right? In this executive order, okay, there's only 4 categories of people that can declassify information, right? And I'm just going off the top of my head at the present. I should just pull it up, but I ain't even gonna mess up my computer like that, right? There's 4 categories, right? You have the official that originally classified it, their successor, right? They that's the chain of custody, right? You have the supervisory official, right, of either the originator of the documents and the successor, and officials that have declassification authority directly given to them by an agency head or the president of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So the question is the information he had as a senator, right? Let's just say it's DOD, right? Did Donald Rumsfeld declassify that information
For him to have.
right? Or any DOD official, because remember, this is retroactive. He could have declassified that already. We don't know it unless people pay attention to FOIA, and you're literally running to the FOIA website for each government agency to see what's dropped, which most Americans are not going to do because there's over 175 executive branch agencies, right, underneath the mains, right? What if that information has been declassified? It's still campaign fodder, right?
So okay, this is one of the questions I had for a long time too.
Mm-hmm.
Who signed that executive order into play?
Barack Obama, November 2009.
So, and I knew the answer. I'm just making sure I was.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't he like the savior of America or something like that?
That's what he was doing, saving his America.
It's saving his America.
Yeah. Now, if people remember correctly, there were quite a few, I would consider them, and I'm going to call them that, war crimes done during the Obama administration. Multiple war crimes committed under the Obama administration.
Mm-hmm.
And not just small war crimes. We're talking about regime changing, atmosphere changing, political landscape changing war crimes committed under Barack Obama.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
The one I'm thinking mostly about is the gold standard guy over there.
The Libya guy.
Yeah,
Hey, Marlon,
that
before
guy.
we talk shit, give examples of what Barack Obama.
Oh, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Yes. A certain guy with the last name of Gaddafi.
Oh.
I will say his name. Who was wiped off the face of the planet and deemed a criminal because of his want to revert his people back to a dependable standard of living in the gold standard, amongst other things.
Let me add to that the Gaddafi piece, right? We also have to remember that this gentleman was also the curator and starter of the African Union.
Yes,
which he was going to install the gold standard. Now, Libya has not had a legitimate election since his assassination.
Exactly.
Why?
It's destabilizing.
Right. Why? Because his son, right, Al-Saim Gaddafi, is trying to run for president. Every time it comes around, whoa, we get something's wrong with the election.
And Gaddafi was the only, president in that nation that was trying to do that. Saddam Hussein tried to do the same thing.
Same thing happened to him.
Yep.
Okay, and that was a Bush thing. So don't think we're above calling out all of the nasties. Okay, if anybody knows anything about the Bushes, it'd be me too, because I've had to deal with in my own homeland with his father. Okay, his father was a heinous individual. Both Bushes are the most disgusting people, but his father was particularly heinous. Like, I mean heinous. I would go so far as to say that I'm going to say I know for a fact that he was around during this time, but I wouldn't be surprised if he also had a major hand in Kennedy's removal.
Mm.
I mean, he was CIA,
He,
right?
he was there.
Mm.
Okay, so just to make sure I have both sides covered here.
And correct me if
So
I'm
it-
wrong, but isn't there a slave trade currently going on right now in
No.
Libya? Thanks to the
No,
No, not at all.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What slave trade?
Mm.
What
Okay.
slave trade?
Slave?
Well, look at the time. Look at the time. Look at the time. What color is that
We're
shirt
not
you're
gonna
wearing
talk
there,
about that.
Jaylee? What color is that? Is that
Jay,
black?
stop talking about stuff like that.
That's
move
what's wrong with
on.
you? Like slave
I'm
trade.
Move on.
There's nothing there, bro.
There's
There's no
nothing there.
there.
Come on.
it's 2023. I forgot. That's
Look,
right.
Yes.
okay,
Right.
look,
We have
look,
to
look.
move on. We have to move
That
past
that thing
this.
is so bad. They would actually distract it with Hunter Biden's laptop.
Nah.
It is
Oh.
so bad over there. They would use the laptop as a distraction for you not talking about it. Okay.
And didn't
Okay.
the CIA admit to the assassination?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I mean,
All right,
Yes.
that comment
So that
made
we're all on
no
the same page and
sense.
everything like that.
Don Yano.
Yes. So here's a
Wow.
thing. So we have, and I consider that a war crime. I also consider what Bush did on 9/11 a war crime. I consider the war in Guyana that his father also a war crime. So trust me, there's tons of blood on everybody's hands, but specifically Barack Obama for this particular thing. When he recruited Joe Biden, there was just like when Biden recruited Open Legs Harris, there was zero, absolutely zero connection between the two people.
Yeah.
Okay. The same way that Biden spoke about Barack, Kamala spoke about Biden. So why would you pick that person to be your vice president of all things? Unless that person had something you wanted. And if you're not familiar with Biden yet, I'll give you a little bit more rundown on Biden. He has been a corrupted individual for a long time, but he's also had ties before his days as vice president in the places that his son has been making money.
amongst other places.
Amongst other places. So you have to start tying some things together, okay? If you have a individual from the senator days coming away with classified information, then you have him becoming vice president under the man who signs into then now law that you can declassify anything going retroactively.
So
It
which
leaves-
Biden are you talking about?
He said which
The senator one.
There's like five.
Yeah,
of them.
there's the senator one, there's a vice president one,
and there's
and then
a
there's the
president.
president one.
And then
came-
there's and then
three
there's the
forms-
one that's
three
not all the
forms
way
of-
there one.
Yeah, there are three forms of the president one so far that I've seen.
All right, so we have three Bidens. Which
No,
one?
we have 5 Bidens.
Five.
Yes.
Which one? The
I'm talking about the
president?
first one, the Senator Biden.
Oh, this one here.
Yeah, the one that
Okay.
looked normal. Yeah.
All right, that one.
Oh my god.
That one, when he had he had a senator day, right? You managed to get in bed with one of the guys that's going to eventually give you the leeway to do whatever you want in the future regime. Obama signs it off. You get all the classified information you had as a senator. You get to keep it.
Hey.
You not only get to keep it, you get to add more to your, and you split it up in different. But this is why I believe that phone call was real. This is why I believe
Exactly.
that phone call that came out, that leak, was a
Yep.
real phone call.
Yep.
That is why I
Said
think
the
I don't
same
think it's a
thing.
lie. I don't think it's a deep fake. I don't think it's a lie. I think it's legit.
Yep.
And I do think he's brave enough to do it because he's been getting away with it since he senator days. Why would he try to hide now?
I mean, I have
Jim
my
Carrey, one of
theories.
the Bidens.
Listen, I have my theories behind that. And it all stems from exactly what you said, because I've thought about the same thing, right? I've thought about the Ukraine situation, right? I remember the interview that Kamala did with Barack Obama, specifically naming ice cream, pasta with red sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know where to go to look up what those words mean.
Don't say it.
Yep.
No.
I'm not. I'm
Yeah,
not.
not you,
right?
not you. I'm not you. I'm talking about
Yeah.
the chat section.
Yeah,
Don't write
chat.
it.
Don't do
Don't
it.
spell it out.
You gotta-
Don't write.
nope,
If
get
I
us
see it,
kicked
I'm
off
just
YouTube.
blocking you. Okay.
Right.
All right.
But this is what I'm saying, right? All of that coming together, right? And then we hear about he's the most articulate, blah, 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 right? Right? Brother
Mainstream.
man, it was seen mainstream. Like, wait a minute. So now you have enacted upon all that corruption that he's been a part of, starting with the segregation, the racism, right? I'll call it xenophobia. That's what I call it. Really, at this point, it's called xenophobic, right? And he twisted that on Obama to get what he wanted. So the other question I have is, if he had these documents for so long and Hunter was in the crib, right? What other documents were in that house that he may have sold to other countries that we don't know
True.
about?
Yep.
Ever wonder why China got so big so quick?
Hmm.
I mean, outside of the deals that they did with the old Bushes and Clinton, that was their basis in law for their footing.
Yep.
I want people to be clear about this. China did not come to power simply of their innovation
Nope.
and their wits.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
They would have gotten there long before now. Okay. When NAFTA got put in, that was one of the biggest boons to their society ever.
Mm-hmm.
Thank Mr. Runway for that one.
Mm.
When the Bushes before the senior started invading and selling land and influence to China overseas. When Africa started getting sold out piece by piece because of treaties that the American government might have signed with other entities, they started gaining foot. Okay, and that's all above board legal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do not be naive in thinking that these people are not going to hand off intellectual properties, government secrets, even government contracts via secret documents to China.
Well, they already are selling IPs and whatnot, intellectual property
Yeah.
to China.
You're right.
So in a lot of ways, this particular foray of classified documents being found everywhere, it seems, from everybody, is not a surprising thing for me. What I really want to know, I don't need to know what's in the documents, but I do want to know the headers. I would love to know what exactly type of classified information they found. What was being held? Was it did it pertain to a trade deal? Did it pertain to an invasion? Did it pertain to an investigate? I want to know exactly, because people forget that you pay for these people to tell you what's going on.
Check
You
this
don't
out, though.
you don't
Yeah,
pay
that's
them to
true.
keep it quiet. You pay them
Check
to
this
tell
out,
you.
though, Marlon. Check this out, though, Marlon.
Yeah. So Marlon, more about the Constitution. So what does it say about presidents and how they can hold classified information,
How they can hold it?
or if they can hold it?
Yeah, they can. They can. That's what he had said before. They can do it.
Okay.
So you were saying, Roderick?
So going on what you were just talking about there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's a thought. China, right, have been not necessarily refining, but disposing of nuclear waste in Iran
Mm-hmm.
during the whole agreement, right? The whole agreement, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, under current national security law, nobody in the executive branch can violate the Atomic Energy Act.
Mm-hmm.
But all of a sudden, we have a big tiff over allowing Iran to have nuclear weapons.
Mm-hmm.
That's just something for y'all to think about. Because if this cat has been in China forever, I wouldn't put it past people in our bureaucracy or our oligarchy to fund China and fund Iran's nuclear program under
Oh.
that proliferation agreement.
Well, we've been though.
That's what I'm saying.
We have been funding it, and we've been fine. It's the same thing as the same reason we're funding Ukraine. It's not the war that we're funding people. I don't know if people understand. We're not helping Ukraine fight a war. There's not that big of a war going on in Ukraine that they need $200 billion to fight.
Mm-hmm.
I want that to, because if Russia wanted to, tomorrow, Ukraine wouldn't be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. If,
Right.
That's true.
if Putin decided tomorrow, man, this war's done. All right, war, good. Kiev, gone. No more Ukraine. You wouldn't have squat to worry about from Ukraine. If Russia really, if
true.
that really was the case, that they're not worried about Ukraine, people.
Mm-mm.
Okay, it's like me saying, "Oh man, you know what's gonna happen? You better not cross.
Right.
You better not cross St. Croix, because St. Croix gonna go after the United States."
Right.
Like what? Yeah, it's the same military. Yeah, but St. Croix's mad, bro. Come on. If we wanted to, we just cut ties with St. Croix, and it's no longer a part of us.
problem.
We're done.
Yeah.
That's the kind of peon view that Russia has of Ukraine. There is no war.
Someone said in the
doing
comments. Someone said in the comments, we are not funding anything.
Mhm.
Our government,
Of course they're laundering
congressmen,
money.
and
Yeah,
senators
yeah.
are laundering money.
It's a massive laundering scheme, but it's more than just laundering.
So is Ukraine basically a big, huge shell account then? Is
Oh,
that
of
what we're
course, offshore shell
Mhm.
account. Yes,
Mhm.
yes, yeah. That's all it is, and it's
They're like
been
the
that way. Why do you think? Okay,
retarded stepchild.
go back
that's
and
in
look
your
at when
comments.
Trump was interviewed or sitting down with Zelensky. Okay, just watch Zelensky's face when Trump started talking about doing certain things to shut down corruption over there.
Uh-huh.
His
Mhm.
face was like, "You're gonna do
Changed.
what? Do no? That's
You
where
messing with my mom.
That's
this is
my
messing with my
money.
money, man."
That is my money.
But instead,
Please no.
there's a war going on. You show up in sweats over here.
Right? Come in here straight, strong arm rob us. Right at the desk. Strong arm robbed us for billions of dollars. He said here, like, y'all gonna come through. Like, I don't care what y'all gotta do before I walk out this door, right? Like, it was literally an episode from Friday, right? And
Yeah.
Zelensky was Debo,
Yeah.
right? Zelensky was Debo. He came in there and was like, "What you got on my 40, homie?" And he was like, what you got on my Azov battalion in Ukraine, bro? What you got? I ain't got nothing. I see you got $10 billion over here.
I think I want that. That's mine.
Right? That's exactly what Zelensky did. That's what he just walked up and like, bruh, where my money? He pulled off an El Chapo. You know what I'm saying? He like, I need my money or I need my product. I need my money or I need my product. I ain't playing with you. I'm sitting in front of the American people. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't play with me.
Flying the Ukrainian flag in Congress.
Yeah, come on, man.
Okay, Viva la Crane. We'll rock around. Viva la Crane. Like,
Okay. Anybody else find? And I want to start paying attention to certain colors, okay, and designs. And anybody else find something weird about the Ukrainian flag?
Blue
What
and
about it?
yellow.
what about it?
You don't find something weird about it? Nothing weird.
Well,
I'll give you.
I
I'll give
I have
you
a long story about that flag, but I'm not getting into that. We've kind of talked about that before,
Yeah.
like months ago, but I'm not gonna get into that. Go ahead and let it go, Marlon. Let it roll.
It's there's a striking resemblance to another thing that people are, I don't know, talking about these days.
Mm,
It's only missing like one of the colors, but it's pretty close.
mhm.
I'm gonna show you this right here, and actually let's do this one first. It's only missing, I think, one color. Okay, it's only
Blue,
missing
yellow,
one color.
and
So this is the color of the Ukrainian flag,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's only missing one odd color, which I found kind of weird.
pink.
Well, not one. It's missing a few, but when you look at it, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, you understand why I'm making the correlation.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. Well, Yeah, I mean, I thought you were gonna go there, but I was trying to keep it YouTube safe. But
Yeah. Okay. Now, I know you can't say, but we're going to say but without saying. There are scores upon scores upon scores being found over there.
Mm-hmm.
Biden is, and I will say this part out loud, and I will not care, just like his son, is a pedophile.
I mean,
Just like Bill Clinton is a pedophile. Like Barack
hey,
Obama
look,
is a pedophile.
like I was saying, those of you that are wondering, you go to YouTube after this show and you look at Kamala Harris, right? With Obama interview, right after they were elected, and whatever you want to call it, I got to keep it elected, right? And you go to the FBI website and you look up the code words for those things with, particular persons under the age of 18, those code words, and you listen to that conversation. It will creep you out. On national television, they had this conversation about ice cream and pasta with red sauce, amongst other things. It will gross you out that they said that literally on TV, and the FBI has flagged all those words as being part of that.
Only we can't say it. They can, but we can't. Okay. Now, I'm going to go back again. Clinton is one. Both Bushes are one. Nixon, one. Carter, one. It goes way back.
Bohemian Grove.
Back. Okay.
Bohemian Grove.
So if people believe that somehow these documents that they're finding have things to do with, intel for chips and a couple of things for military secrets, though I do not for a minute believe any of the documentation that Biden possessed, Pence possessed, because Pence is one too. Any of them that they have in their custody have anything to do with the military.
So Man of Justice talked about Bohemian Grove, right?
Yes.
And this video was put out years ago by Alex Jones.
But he won too.
He might be, but he was actually in Bohemian Grove, and
he put that video showing the effigy.
Yep, showing everything. So the shit is real, man.
Yeah.
These people are demons, and they're evil.
Now, I think we mentioned this. It's been a few months now since we've been doing this podcast. We did one, and we talked about that video that's floating around of supposedly, they say supposedly. I have to say supposedly. I'm not saying supposedly because I have to. Supposedly of Biden not dressed, doing some pretty nefarious things to a female. Have you seen that yet, Roderick? Have you seen it, Lee?
Don't bring Satan up in here.
Have you seen it, Lee? Have you seen it?
I saw it.
I saw it.
No Satan.
Okay? I saw it.
I don't.
And I 100% believe it's real. The same way I believe that his son on video is real. The exact same way I believe that. And I believe the stuff I saw about what's Hillary's guy's name?
Bill?
No,
Penis.
the old decrepit one that says, just go home and come back later. Bennington's dad.
I don't know.
Oh God, I know you're talking about. I can't think of his name right
Come on,
now.
y'all know the man's name. I don't know why he's eluding me. He looks like the guy from The Simpsons. Hello, Mr. He looks like that guy talking right there on The Simpsons. The rich old guy. Who's the rich old guy? Who's the rich old guy on The Simpsons?
Mr. Burns, right?
Mr.
Bernie
Burns.
Sanders.
He looks just like Mr. Burns.
Bernie Sanders?
No, he was Hillary's right-hand guy at the night of the inauguration that she failed. Why can't I remember this clown's name?
It wasn't Podesta.
Podesta.
Yeah.
Podesta.
That's right.
Oh.
That guy?
Right. Yeah, that guy.
John
Podesta.
Podesta.
His nose is like.
John
his nose
Podesta.
is up here.
Okay. John Podesta is also on film doing exactly all that stuff too. He's on film doing it.
Yeah, I saw
Okay.
a video of him
So
doing it.
I don't believe for a minute, I don't believe for a second that any of these classified documents have anything to do with the military. They don't got nothing to do with tribunals. They have everything to do with where their money went and who it went to and for what purpose it went.
Hey, look, Ghislaine
John
Maxwell
Podesta and his brother.
Yeah,
Yes.
They're
check
both
it out.
evil.
Ghislaine Maxwell sat right there on an interview the other day. I watched
I
the
saw it.
interview, and she flat out said that Mr. E-Man was.
Yeah, he didn't do it.
Yeah,
He didn't do it to himself.
like-
Mr. Who?
Mr. E.
Mr. Epps. Mr. Epps.
Oh,
Ray,
shit.
Ray
Yeah.
Epps. Ray Epstein's.
Ray Epstein's.
Ray Epstein. Yeah, I know who that person is. Ray Epstein.
Yeah, she said he, and it's like that was, but see, that was the warning shot across the bow. Like, we got him. We'll come for you, Maxwell.
Better
If
be
you
quiet.
won't, we'll come for
But
you.
here's the thing: when these fucking, these top people be dropping off the fucking planet, committing suicide, they really think we're stupid enough to believe that they committed suicide.
The majority of people are, though.
Oh yeah, the majority of
90%?
Americans are stupid as fuck.
90%. Can we go 90%?
And that's the
but-
problem.
Yeah, there's only a 10% of Americans that
Yeah.
are woke.
It's like the brain usage.
Right.
It's equivalent to the brain usage. Okay, it's about 10 to 12% of your brain that you might be using. That's about the population, and the rest of them either here's it. And I don't think if you listen to this when we get famous one day, if you listen to it, we think we're calling you stupid. I do not believe for a minute it's because of your brain function that you're stupid. I believe it's your inability to want to know the truth that makes you stupid.
Yeah.
Your
Ignorance is
inability
bliss.
to wade
That's
through
agreed.
obvious bits of information that you just want to hold on to this fairyland fantastical concept, that makes you stupid.
Yeah.
Because can be very intelligent when you need to be for business, for your home, but when it comes to stuff that will affect all those things, you're blind to it.
Yep.
That
By
makes you
choice.
stupid. By
By
choice.
choice.
That makes you dumb. And I will perpetually call you that until you open up your eyes and start looking at things as they really are, not as you want them to be.
Right.
Because reality don't work like that.
Right.
And that's a problem with that's a problem with both sides of the
Both
left
sides of
right
the aisle.
paradigm.
Yeah.
Right. It literally, and I had this discussion last night on my radio show, right? And it just, without getting too far deep throated into it, whatever. The liberals, progressives, and many, and I say many, I need to make that distinction. Many of the so-called conservatives, they are the divided left.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I say that because the liberals, progressives, and those so-called conservatives, they all advocate for statism. Statism is a left-wing ideological thing. These people are fighting over control over the state to impose their moral will upon people. Right.
That's very
so
true.
that right. So that's why I look at it in that context. Like, yeah. So I look at it. The 90% of them, as Marlon said, the 90% of them are those liberals, progressives, and those conservatives that are trying to take control of the state to push their moral will, and will go as far as using the barrel of a gun to do so. Now, I'm sorry. That's a violation of the non-aggression principle, right? If you live by the face of liberty, that's a complete violation of that. You're back up. That's just something to think about.
If people wondering where Miss Harris plays into this, because everyone talks about her as the adult prostitute, and she is. Just ask Willie. Willie will tell you.
Willie.
Don't
will
do
tell
that
you
to me,
all you
bro.
need to know.
Willie Brown.
Don't do
ask
that to
Willie.
me.
Ask Big Bad Willie Brown. If you're wondering where her role played while she was California AG, if you're wondering where she played in the whole scheme that we're talking about now with the trafficking idea, just look at her truancy laws.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Just look at the truancy.
Don't do it, bro.
What happens? What happens when
Don't
you
do
remove
it.
a parent? What happens when you remove a parent from the home?
You take the child too.
Yeah.
Where the child end up? There's one particular organization
Well, where the child actually ends up? You want
Well,
the
no,
legal? You want the legal
The
explanation
legal
behind that?
answer. Where do they end up?
The legal, they're already your child is already awarded the state automatically.
so,
they can come pick
but-
them up at any given time they feel like it. They just think if you're not raising them right,
But
we're
by
coming to get them.
by removal,
Based on their
you
assessment of what
get-
they believe raised right,
Right.
means.
But by the
Exactly.
removal, you get placed into a certain place. A certain place with a 3-letter acronym.
Which one?
Okay, the CPS one.
Oh, the one, the civilian authority
The civilian
that has
one.
arrest authority. Yeah, that's
Yes,
all kinds.
that
Of,
one.
That's all kinds of screwed up.
Okay, so
That's
now
why you
anyway,
shoot him
I
in the
digress.
face when he shows
if you
up to your
look
house.
if you look
Mm.
at CPS and you look at Wayfair and you look at the government
Mm.
funding for CPS and you look at the lineage and when it was when it actually got brought into power, you would understand a whole lot more about what her role was and why she was picked for vice president.
Yep.
They do not care
Hmm.
whether or not she hated Joe Biden.
Mhm.
What they did care about is that she was in charge of one of the largest in California legal ways of attaining children.
That's it right there. That part. That whole part.
That's the only reason she became vice president. And she
And it-
became vice president with a pedo. So, I mean, it makes sense.
I mean, even extend that, right? Because California, during her tenure as AG, right, incarcerated more dark melanated folk, right, than any other part in time in California's history. What was that? Majority of those men that she picked up, they were being picked up from homes, full single family homes. Over 60% of them, it's documented in the archives at the California AG's office. I looked at that. I was like, what? Wait a minute.
Wow.
So you posting charges on men that, okay, maybe, they had a little bit of weed on them. Right.
Mhm,
Might have had, they might have had a little bit of a pinch of powder, what I'm talking about, powder on them, right?
mhm.
What you want to take them and throw them in a slam of 2-3 years for a little pinch of powder. Ain't no different than the crime bill of 94.
It's
Ain't no
an
different.
extension. It's an
Right.
extension.
Right. So now now the single mothers got to get out here and try to meet these bills without the help of the father that's in prison. And I know some people say, "Oh, you shouldn't have gotten in trouble," but for something that petty, I'm sorry. You either throw that away, or you give them 30 days, 60 days. Here's your lesson. Not 2-3 years, and then hold them after their sentence. Right? Y'all remember that scandal? She
For
held
cheap
people
labor.
fighting fires that they were not certified to fight, which was putting their lives in danger
Fact.
because they.
It's a big chain. It's a massive
So,
chain.
so,
okay?
so, and here's the thing with her, Kamala, whatever her name is. How does she even get the recognition that she gets when she got 1% of the vote when she ran for?
She black.
Ooh, can I answer?
Yeah,
go
go
for
ahead.
it, bro.
They have identified her in the American social construct of race as black, but that is interchangeable with Indian, Jamaican,
and Pacific Asian.
and all that. It's interchangeable.
Pacific
She's more
Islander.
Asian than she is African American.
But that's the thing, right? It's like 1 minute, right? She's black. Next minute, Jamaica. Next minute, I'm Indian. I go to Diwali every year.
Hey, Justice. Hey, man of Justice. Did you see that video where she was claiming that she celebrated Kwanzaa?
Kwanzaa, yeah, because of her hubby.
Yes, I'm like,
Did you see that?
like
funny.
you go to celebrate Kwanzaa with your Jewish husband. Make that shit make sense, bro.
Like it don't make
play with
zero
me.
sense. First of all, right? First of all, your dad's Jamaican, and he ain't doing that stuff.
No, he ain't.
Your mom is Indian, and she ain't doing that. She
Your
might
mom's
do
over
Diwali.
like,
She might do Diwali. She'll do Diwali. Okay,
Yeah,
she gonna
she
do
do
Diwali.
Diwali.
That's it. But you ain't gonna be doing no. Come on, Kamala. Come on, man.
Yeah, she was like the elders. Who the fuck? Now,
God.
as
man.
Black Americans,
Bruh.
man of justice, as Black Americans,
Oh God.
because I'm not knocking Marlon. I'm not knocking Marlon.
Oh, trust
right?
me, he can't knock me about Kwanzaa.
Yeah,
I ain't
yeah.
want nothing to do
So,
with that.
as Black Americans, who the fuck do we call elders?
Nobody.
We ain't never said that shit.
No.
And
It depends on where you were. Depends on where you were, right? Because like the community I grew up in Northeast Florida, all the older folk were the elders, right? They're the ones that sat on their front porches you went and talked to, and they told you stories and things like that, right? In that respect, yes. But you didn't walk around. Yeah, my elder said.
I ain't never said, my mama ain't never said, hey, the auntie and uncles are coming over. They're old as hell. She ain't never said the elders are coming over.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
I mean, for what it's worth, I bet her mom told her to say, "Hey, respect your elders."
Right.
She may have said that.
Yeah.
She may have said that. You know,
But Jay, has
you
your
think-
mom and dad ever said, hey, your grandpa and grandma and aunties and uncles are coming over, your elders? You'd be like, the elders are coming over.
No.
Never.
Right.
Look,
Yay, come on, guys.
Do you think that she could work at a 7-Eleven?
Oh,
she doesn't have a slight Indian accent, even though she has.
I knew you was gonna go there. Don't do that. I knew you was gonna go there. I'm done with you, bro. I'm done.
I don't know if she can work at a 7-Eleven.
Okay, Erica,
Okay, so
Erica,
this
we
is-
get it. We get it.
This is how she said.
Cool.
This is how it is. So your
God,
daddy,
I'm done.
your daddy never used that term, and he wouldn't. Your mommy ain't gonna use that term because she wouldn't. But somehow you not only did the thing where you could be have elders, and for some reason you celebrate something that neither one of your parents celebrated as you were growing up because they wouldn't. But now you can interchange. She's like an upgraded Rachel Dolezal, man. She's like, I can be anything I want. I'm trans.
Hey, didn't Rachel
transracial
Dolezal
chameleon.
change her name?
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't know if she changed her name.
wait,
yet.
No,
Did
she
she?
did. Look it up. She changed her name, bro.
To what? To Raquel?
Like some cool, like some African shit. Look, man, she changed her name.
Hey, look,
she
she's
changed
trying
her name.
Her name is
Some
Raquela now.
African-ass shit.
she's
Look it up.
trying to get in touch with Africa.
Yeah, look it up. Look it up. She
Man,
changed
you
her
gonna
name
have
to
me.
some
Man,
African-ass
let me
shit.
pull up.
Her name is Raquela
Oh,
now.
gosh.
No, her name is
Jacqueline. It's Jacqueline.
Conchindo.
That's funny.
Yeah, look it up. She changed her
Raquela.
name.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Kamala's dad disown her? Kind of, sort of like
He called her
Yeah,
out
he did.
because she said she did all that weed stuff, and he's like, "Man, she never did no weed in my house. Like she know
Her
better
ass
than that."
thought she was talking about Snoop and Biggie.
No,
Yo,
They
he
weren't
called
even
her out.
around when the old ass was
6
alive.
years before they were even big.
Yeah,
is
he
when she
said
started smoking weed
no,
with them.
no, she don't know what she's talking about. She's
Oh
never
my
had. I've never
God.
allowed that. I've never allowed her to be like that. That's not true. Her own pop said that. If your own dad could call you out, come on now. But the bigger scheme here, the bigger scheme to me, and Roderick, you called it out perfectly about this being a distraction and fodder. If I can take your attention off of what I'm trying to do, okay? If you're thinking that you can take your mind off of what's happening in the political realm, now that the Republicans won, you see, all of a sudden the Republicans won the House. Now Mike Pence got documents. Whether you think Mike Pence is a pedophile or not, he's a Republican. All of a sudden now Mike Pence got documents. You don't think that's part of the coin toss that he handed off? You don't think so? Oh, we got to make it universal. We got to blanket it so it's not so much heat on us right now. We got to make sure everyone's included in this.
Look. Check
Come
it
on.
out. Rachel Dolezal changed her name to Nkechi Amare Diallo.
Stop.
No way, man. No.
No.
What?
Bruh. Real talk. I got you right here, player. I got you. I got the link right here. You ain't got a link no further. I can't put it in the chat, but I can't put it in the big chat for everybody. I'm gonna just drop that down right there. Like she changed her name to some for real Nigerian John. I'm like, this child here done lost it. Wow.
Rachel Dolezal has changed her name to a West African moniker. It means what God has given or a gift of God. Kichi Amare Diallo.
Yeah, we're done. We're
Bruh.
done. Shut the broadcast down. We're done. We're
And
Are we done?
no.
no. I'm
Trust,
just saying.
trust me. Ain't no way I'm bringing that train wreck on this. We would look. It'd be too difficult to not clown her, man. Come on, Erica.
Interview who? Who are we?
Rachel
who are we?
Dolezal.
Formerly
Chaka
Rachel
Chak Chak.
Dolezal.
Nah, look. Okay, if you want to have a true stand-up comedy show,
Oh my
I will
God.
invite her because I guarantee you right now that both Bro, Lee, myself, I will bring 5 people on
But
just
she's
to clown her.
black, man. We should have her on because she's black.
She ain't black. She's as black as I am orange, man. Come on.
Hey, look.
If she's
I am
black, I'm
black.
Asian.
I am black, so you know.
Come on. That is what you would call. I'll tell you what's wrong with that. That is what you truly call cultural appropriation. That is what you'd call cultural appropriation.
What was her name? Did you look it up?
Yeah.
I walked away.
It was the
And Kichi Amare Diallo
yeah.
is what she changed her name to.
So
And
straight
she
up
was like, "What's
Nigerian.
wrong with her changing her name?"
She can
That's
change
what's
her name
wrong with it.
whatever she wants. It's just the
cultural
irony.
appropriation. It's
It's
cultural
the
appropriation.
irony. She tried to appropriate. I had a black father.
I'm black.
Anybody that supports her is
Delusional.
not smart.
Well, it's not just that, but like, look. Okay, the first name is short for Nkichieri, which is Igbo from Nigeria, which
Yeah,
is
Igbo. Yep.
And she ain't even been there.
She
on,
white
man.
as
We don't
fuck,
know if she's
whiter
in
than
there.
a white.
We
She's
don't
like-
know if she has. We don't know if she has not been there since her scandal.
Come on
She
now.
She's
whiter
like,
than
well,
clouds.
I gotta make this legit. So I'm
All
gonna
right.
go underground and live in Nigeria for like 5 years, bruh. Then
All right.
come back, but like I'm Nigerian.
Then-
I'm the Igbo and you know all that, and I know Yoruba.
I'm gonna throw coins down the stair and change
No,
my
you
name to
look
something
African
Asian.
as fuck though, Doug.
that's how we name our
That's what I'm gonna
babies.
do. That's how.
You
Yeah,
look-
just take some change, toss it down the
You
stairs,
from
a
the
wooden
you
staircase.
look like
and I'm gonna change my
like
name.
Man of Justice. You look like you from the motherland. Like
He could
real.
pass for it.
Are you a
could
passport, bro?
You could be. I think you could be
Oh, yeah, I got-
from Soweto. I could see it.
Hey, dude, I'm a permanent passport, bro. My passport is black.
Yeah, my
all you-
passport.
you
I got a
know.
passport. I'm a passport, bro. Hey, passport bros, put a hand up. I'm a passport, bro.
I don't have
Hey.
a passport.
Hey, like
Yeah.
I said, I'm
I don't have a
passport
passport
by default via the United States government.
I
Thank
got
you,
none.
taxpayers.
I got none of it. I can't believe she did this though. I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
this is
All
what
right,
she
so
said. The
Linda,
narrative.
Linda. So
This is
Linda Walker wants a Nigerian name.
What's the Nigerian name?
Someone give her a Nigerian name.
I
Someone.
have to think about that one.
This is
Mr.
us at Musco.
Constitution, give her a Nigerian name.
Any black people want white names? I want somebody. Okay, anybody?
No,
Her
no,
name
I'm
will
good.
be Linda Kwo. Whoa, shaku.
This guy.
The narrative
just
that
made that shit up.
I'd offended both communities is in an unforgivable way. So anybody who gave me a dime would be contributing to wrong and oppression and bad things, to a liar and a fraud and con.
What's
She's
going
literally
on?
Talcum X 2.0.
Talcum.
This is what she said. I feel I was born with the essential essence of who I am, whether it matches my anatomy or complexion or not. I never questioned being a girl or woman, for example, but whiteness has always felt foreign to me.
Look.
For as long as
Bruh,
I
bruh,
can remember, I
bruh.
didn't choose to feel this way or be this way. I just am. What
Bruh.
other choices is there
Bruh.
than to be exactly who we are?
Bruh. That is called transracialism.
You felt
But
black.
we're not allowed to do that though.
How do you feel
Justice.
black? Please tell me, how do you
Justice.
feel black?
We're not allowed to be transracial.
But-
we can be
but- well,
transgender.
okay.
We can
Okay,
be
let me
anything,
be-
but we can't be that.
All right, so I have to correct this in my worldview, right? In my
Mhm.
worldview, right? There is no such thing as blackness.
Oh, sure there is. Listen to her what she said.
No, but there's no such thing as blackness,
Totally.
right? Here's what I'm saying. So,
Look at the night sky.
There's no such thing as blackness, though. We've had this discussion,
Yes, we have.
right? It's just a legal concept, right? It's a legal concept that give you a semblance of being something, but you're really not anything. But anyway,
How does one feel black? I want to know.
that's what I'm saying.
How do you internally feel black? Can someone explain that to me? Okay, she said she's always felt like she was black. How is black supposed to feel?
Right. When it's not even a thing.
I
And
want to
black-
know.
And
Somebody
black
else-
actually means pale.
Please
So,
tell me.
I mean,
Somebody tell me, please. Any answer? How do you feel black? Man of justice, you're the darkest of us. How does it feel to feel black?
I'm not black.
No. Rachel said it is, so she's right. Okay. How does it feel to be black? What's black feel like?
First of all, I do not subscribe to the United States.
I don't care. I don't care.
Contract of race. I don't.
Rachel is right.
No, he's not saying
Rachel
that,
is
dog.
right. Okay, you are wrong. Rachel is right. Answer the Rachel
That's fine.
question.
She can answer. She can own all that. I don't know
Hey.
what she's talking about.
Okay, I have
she
the
can own
answer.
all that.
I have the answer. You're not being transracial. You're being trans-Rachel.
Ah!
I
Oh
am
my God.
trans-Rachel. Okay.
All right, so since Man of Justice don't want to answer the question, what
How
it
do you
feels
feel
like to
black,
be
girl?
black,
What?
there ain't no feeling.
You sure?
There's nothing.
You don't feel like I don't know.
It's
More
not like
tinted?
I wake up in the morning and listen to motherfucking I'm black and I'm proud.
You don't?
know, I don't
Marvin
listen
Gaye
to
playing
that.
in your head all night long. You don't have
No.
Marvin Gaye going through your head and some.
Yeah, I don't listen to that shit.
Grover
I wake up in
Washington.
the morning like
Craving
every average
some
gay white
Popeyes.
person. So
Right.
I make coffee and I make breakfast and like the average white person, like,
Oh no!
Hey,
such a
hey.
beautiful day today.
Hey,
I'm
hey,
just
Hey, bro. Bean pie, my brother.
I don't want no bean pie. I don't eat that shit.
Then you are not black enough.
You are not
You're
black,
not black
enough
enough.
for us, brother.
If you ain't vote for me, you ain't black.
I don't know what that means. Like, what is
Bro.
being black? Like,
What is
for real?
feeling black? I want to know how I'm supposed to feel.
What is
'cause I
feeling
think I've
or
been
being
missing
black?
out on a
I
lot.
got it. I got it. I got it.
You got to look at roots.com to get that definition.
Check it out. No, I got it. Okay, I will finally answer. How's it feel to how are you supposed to be black? How's it feel to be black? Right? I don't know this, right? But coming from the dictionary of oppression that the United States government has placed on those labels,
Mm-hmm.
right? You have to feel oppressed,
Oh, okay.
depressed, right? And what does it? Oppressed,
book?
depressed,
And repressed.
and suppressed.
Yes.
That's how it feels to be black, man.
So,
Okay.
but I
Sorry, you
think
black?
the key word
No,
there
I'm
is.
not.
I think the key word that you said
His
Oh.
is
feel.
oppressed. We have to be oppressed.
I'm impressed.
You're
The,
impressed.
the more
I mean-
oppressed you are, the blacker you are.
Hey, look,
The bl-
I know I do. If I could get it, I'm gonna
Right,
start
though.
pressing my own bullets
You're
too.
right,
So I might just be pressed.
You might
I
be
don't
pressed
get it.
for what?
I don't know. I'm gonna press my own bullets.
I've done that before.
I'm gonna just be oppressor. I'm the
Look,
oppressor.
I'm gonna go visit Marlon within the next few months when it gets warm up there up north, but because he lives up north. But I'm gonna go visit his ass, and
see how oppressed I am.
and it's not like Marlon and I haven't met in person before.
We have,
We've
and
met
I'm more
in
oppressed than
person.
he is. I'm more black. I am a
He ain't
true
even
Negro.
black.
I am a true Negro. I am fully oppressed. Okay.
Marlon, am I black?
No, not really, because you're not oppressed.
That's right.
Well, I don't think any of y'all.
Hey, you
look.
don't oppress me.
Look here. I ain't any of y'all oppress. And we didn't even talk about the Asian guy over here. I mean, he's over
This
there.
guy.
He's over there making Skrilla.
He just
Right.
He's over there coding and shit right
I
now.
know, right? Yeah, code me, bro.
Partaking of Asian privilege.
privilege.
Asian privilege. But Marlon has been to the state I live in, so he's definitely not oppressed.
No, I didn't pay for that though. That was someone else that paid.
Oh,
for
that's
that.
true. That's right. Homie did. Yeah, that's true.
That's
true.
right. White Pony paid
Man
for
of
that.
Justice,
That's
you
true.
live west or east?
I live south of you, south and east.
So you
The
live
fir-
south of
He's
Texas.
in DeSantis country. He's in
Yep,
DeSantis
I'm in
country.
DeSantis country.
Oh, you in Florida? That's right. You in
Yep.
Florida.
I'm in
You in
Florida.
that state I want to move to so bad, but I can't.
Bring your ass.
But you live south.
Now we
Florida.
got
Yeah,
Erica
I'm
questioning.
I'm a hour north of Miami.
Okay.
Hey, look,
So you
we all been
live.
questioning. We all
You're
been
close
questioning.
to Sam.
Actually, Sam's right across the river from me. Actually,
Sam,
I'm actually in Palm Beach. She's in West Palm Beach.
I am Sam. Sam, I
No,
am.
Army
Sam is
Sam.
the homie.
Yeah, I know who Sam. Is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Look,
about to
look.
have Sam on though. I think.
Here's a thing. Okay, here's the thing, and this is for me in closing. You're gonna not hear anything more about the documents because they're gonna just talk about the fact that they have them. They're not gonna talk about the contents of them.
Mhm.
They're gonna keep harping on the fact that this was found, found. Where? Secured, not secured, not secured. Archives, and this will go on until another couple of years.
2024.
2024. And it's going to be a distraction for the rest of the time. They'll drop Trump's name in here and they'll pull it out. They'll drop some other name in there and pull it out, and you won't get to the bottom of any of the documents, not even the one Trump has. You won't hear about any of it, because in the grand scheme of things, it's to keep you from looking deeper as to why any of this is being spoken about at all.
Right.
They're not gonna
exactly
they're not
right.
gonna focus on anything
Mhm.
at all. So it behooves us as a population to start figuring out for ourselves what they are trying to hide and why. And if
Mhm.
you start connecting the dots that are pretty plain, they are plain, but they're, what would you call them? Risque for you to talk about. Until you start connecting those dots, you will not see exactly what their full plan is. And if they
Mhm.
can keep you distracted long enough, they can keep doing what they want to do. And eventually it's going to become so legal that you'll have no recourse to do anything about it, even with your own family.
Mhm.
You'll be a day late, a dollar short. So you got to start waking up now. Otherwise, you'll be out of time and out of luck. I don't know how else to tell you this, but
All right,
slowly but
somebody.
surely.
Hey, look, Larry is on. He says, "So this is a Trump show."
Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah, it is a Trump show. No, no.
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, let's go with that.
No,
Trust
that-
me,
hey,
that's a divisive question. It's not a legit question. Trust me, it's not a legit question. It's not a legit question. That's a setup. That's a setup.
yeah,
Trust
yeah,
me.
no
Trust
doubt.
me, it's a setup.
Hey, look, I look at it this way for the individual, right? I'm gonna say it just like this here, right? If you violate the NAP, you are my mortal enemy. Period. And if you don't know what the NAP is, it's the non-aggression principle. Look it up. You leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. You cross
Period.
that line, guess what? you got some questions to ask, and you might not be able to answer them.
Yep.
There's no political affiliation when it comes to liberty.
Yeah.
Period. That's it.
Let me do me, you do you.
Mhm.
At the end of all things, it will tally up, see who did better.
Yeah.
That's all. If you think that your way is so correct, do it. Just go have at it.
Yeah.
And let me do my wrong way.
Yep.
I don't see what's so difficult about that.
And then we meet in the
The
middle
same-
and talk about it.
I didn't even want to meet. I don't even want to meet with you.
I don't want to talk
Right.
about it. I
I'm
want
just
to
I ain't
saying.
got nothing to meet. Yeah,
I'm just
I ain't got
saying.
nothing to meet with
Y'all
none of them.
different from
It's
me.
like this. Okay, look. If I consider something wrong and I have my particular basis for gauging it on that, it's for me wrong.
Right.
I am not going to come and arrest you for not seeing it my way.
Right.
I'm simply going to tell you, I think that's wrong.
Yep.
And if you start to inflict what you're
Who the fuck
doing
is
on
Larry?
me, I will act accordingly.
No.
Because for me,
hey.
it's wrong.
Hey Jay, can you look up that Larry guy?
Hey, look. I'm like
I
this,
don't think
right?
I don't think he's relevant.
I look at it like this, Marlon. I will meet you with equal, if not excessive force.
I think, and that's fair. That's what you call fair.
That's it.
That's what
if
you call fair.
if you're willing to infringe, right, then you're willing to take the consequence that comes with you infringing.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
I agree. I
It's
mean,
that
if you're willing to throw hands, then you're willing to take
receive them,
consequences.
receive some. Yeah,
when it comes to throwing these fucking hands.
It's called patty cake.
Yeah, knuckle up or shut the fuck up.
I'm too old to play patty cake.
Pow,
Man, I'll play patty cake all day. I'm old,
right.
You know what I mean? But
right.
I'll throw hands all day.
Up in the air and wave them like you just don't care?
No, I will. Like, I ain't scared. You know, I'll throw hands.
Right.
You see how correct I was, though, bro?
Yep.
You see how right I was?
You see him? You
about
see
us?
Larry?
Yeah, you see what I mean?
Still.
Didn't I call it?
Yep, you did.
I called it. So we're gonna start doing a new thing, right? So if you're what we're gonna do this is every time you're a member or a subscriber to the channel,
you know what, Larry's
there's a 5 minute. You have to be a subscriber for at least a certain amount of time before you can comment. So we're gonna start putting that into play here soon. So folks like Larry can't just pop in and talk off the top of their head,
pulling stuff out of his rear.
Yeah.
Cambridge.
He seemed to be the kind of guy that likes playing with rears anyway. So
yeah, Larry.
Play with
Larry's mom.
No, but look,
at my house last night.
Hey, none of that is mutually exclusive with any particular party. If you it. That's it. Game over.
He is one. You can tell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go on a limb and say the account was only created within the last couple of weeks.
Go ahead.
All right, somebody find out who this Larry guy is.
Nah, ain't even worth the time.
Irrelevant.
No,
He ain't
fuck
even
that
worth the
guy.
time. He ain't even worth the
Talking
time.
all that shit.
But he doesn't realize it yet, but he's boosting the algorithm. The same algorithm he said that we're part of, he's boosting it by watching.
Exactly.
That's how slow you are, Larry.
Stop the fuck out of his ass.
That's how slow you are, Larry.
But look here, right? Under the current construct of what they call anti-Semitism, right?
Mm-hmm.
The guy
I
comes
see the
back,
statement. Yep.
Right. The guy comes in with the comment like that, like, what?
Tells you everything you need to know. But thanks for the assistance, though, Larry. I really appreciate you watching and taking the time to stay long enough to comment, because every time you do that, you boost us higher up on it. So thank you. Thank you so very much.
We appreciate you, Larry.
So he's pretty much saying that black people don't know about algorithms.
You are an amazing human being, and I thank you for giving us your time and your support by being in the room and talking. That is big.
Larry, ladies and gentlemen.
Big. That is
Larry,
big.
ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate all that you've done so far in the chat. I even appreciate your stupidity, and that helps us, because what it helps us to see is that we're triggering people, and that's exactly our goal. And thank you for being soft, pudding pop soft,
call us the
and moon pie soft. Thank you so very much. Y'all have a grand rest of the day. Next Wednesday, I'm sure that I want to tackle that BLM guy that got unalived.
Yeah. And
I want to, that's a Color's cousin or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to try and tackle our specifically Patrice's Color's cousin. No, I could be specific, Larry, but that would be giving you the time, and this is about us. See, Larry, see how this works? It's my platform that you came to, so I get to say a statement, and you get to chime in and help my algorithm. That's how this works. But I still want to thank you, though.
We appreciate you, Larry. Thank you.
What a special needs guy.
What a guy. What a guy.
Oh, love it. Anyway, we'll catch you guys next Wednesday, same time, bad channel. I think, unless something changes. I think Lee and I have to have a discussion about times and stuff. But we will be back, and we will be thanking more people like Larry for all that they do to keep our channel going. And all of that. I really appreciate all of you, especially the ones that are here for the positive reasons. It's great.
Like, share, comment, subscribe, y'all.
We'll see you guys on the flip side next week. Peace.
Peace.